Extra virgin olive oil gets misunderstood a lot. Some people think all olive oil is the same, and others think that color will tell you about the quality, and others will think that the expensive bottle is just a fancy label. But when it comes to real EVOO, there is actually a lot more going on than most people realize. Hi there, I am Jacqueline for Vero, and we go around the world searching out wild and scarce extra virgin olive oils, wines, and specialty foods to bring to the US for foodies, wine lovers, businesses, and distributors across the country to discover and enjoy along with us. Since we have begun this journey of discovery, we have learned so much about extra virgin olive oil, and we have heard some pretty crazy myths about EVOO too. So let's get to debunking. Myth number 1, extra virgin olive oil is easy to produce, and where it comes from doesn't matter. This myth is just not true. Real and good quality extra virgin olive oil is actually very hard to make, and it starts off with the fact that there's a very low yield per tree. The hard olives don't really give off that much oil, and it can take up to 1/3 of an olive tree to produce just 1 liter of EVOO, which is one of those reasons that really good extra virgin olive oil is not that cheap actually. And where the olives come from matters a lot too, because place will affect everything from those olives themselves to actually the rules that producers have to follow. In the EU, and especially in Italy, there are actually a lot of strict regulations that are designed to protect quality and authenticity in extra virgin olive oils. This means that the best EVOOs are not just made differently, but they are also protected differently. Myth number 2, the greener the extra virgin olive oil, the better the quality. Busted. This is not true. Color can actually vary a lot from one EVOO to another, and it does not reliably tell you whether an oil is better. The shade will depend on things like the olive variety, when the olives were harvested, and actually a lot of different factors that go into making the olive oil. A really good EVOO might be green, but it might also have more golden hues or be somewhere in between. That is why we do not judge quality in an extra virgin olive oil by color alone. We will judge it by its taste, its aromas, its freshness, and the care that went into making it from the people behind it. This was actually something that we have touched on earlier in previous articles and videos about how to taste extra virgin olive oil. If you haven't seen those articles and videos, it might mean that you aren't a part of the Vero community and subscribed to the Vero newsletter. Our subscribers are the first to know when new articles are released and the first to know when there are any news or product drops from Vero. It is a great way to stay up to date and in touch with Vero and to not miss a beat. You can sign up for the Vero newsletter in the link in the description below on verovino.com. And pair that Vero newsletter subscription with a subscribe here on YouTube, and you will be sure to never miss any of the latest or greatest from Vero. And on to myth number 3. Bitterness and a peppery burn means the extra virgin olive oil has gone bad. Nope. In fact, it's almost the opposite. Those bitterness and peppery sensations on the throat that you can feel, especially after tasting a pure, good quality extra virgin olive oil, are all signs of a higher quality EVOO. These characteristics will usually come from the polyphenols, which are natural compounds that help to give extra virgin olive oil its freshness, flavor, and health benefits. So instead of seeing those notes as a flaw, it is instead better to recognize them as a sign that the EVOO is alive, vibrant, and well made. Myth number 4. Adding flavoring to extra virgin olive oil makes it better. This myth, for us as lovers of the pure, really good EVOO, is one of our favorites to debunk. Because real extra virgin olive oil does not need herbs, vinegar, garlic, or other flavorful add-ins to make them enjoyable. In fact, when you start adding those kinds of flavors, you will cover up the true flavor of the extra virgin olive oil itself. And sometimes, especially with more industrial oils, those will be added flavors to hide defects or the poor quality of the olive oil underneath. Truly great EVOO should already taste interesting, balanced, and beautiful all on its own. No additives needed. And while we do love flavors as Americans and such, this idea makes sense at first to add in these extra herbs and infusions, but with real, true extra virgin olive oil, the magic is in appreciating that EVOO and its true olive flavors for themselves and not masking it with other flavors. Because after all, as we've talked about before, really good extra virgin olive oil should taste and smell first and foremost like the olives that they come from. Myth number 5. Light olive oil is a healthier, low-calorie choice. Not true! When it comes to extra virgin olive oil, light does not mean better for you or lower in calories. It actually refers to the lighter flavor, and in most cases, it will mean a more processed oil because they had to remove the flavor to make it more high heat stable as well. Extra virgin olive oil is the cold-pressed first run oil to come out of the olive. It is the best of the best in terms of olive oil, and it's what gives you its full flavor and character from the olive. In the US market, people can sometimes be misled by the word light because we do not always have the same culture and history with olives and olive oil that other countries like Italy do. But in reality, each step of extra processing that can be done to get more oil out of the olives does not make it more authentic or more beneficial. In fact, sometimes it can be more harmful. So when you see light olive oil, it is a good idea to remember that you are usually getting less flavor, less character, and often a more ultra-processed product, not a healthier EVOO. Myth number 6. Olive oil is olive oil. They're all basically the same, so why pay more? This myth is busted. And you know what? This is exactly the kind of myth that gets a lot of people confused. Real extra virgin olive oil is not all the same. And when it comes to quality, source actually matters a lot. Like we talked about in the first myth, artisan producers, trusted farmers, and transparent sourcing all go to make a big difference in what ends up in the bottle of extra virgin olive oil. There is also a lot of fraud in the olive oil world. You might have seen it in the news. And this can go from mixing in lower quality oils to using different or even bad olives. And as a consumer, it can be hard to know what you are really getting, which is why it helps to know the farmers and trust the source of the extra virgin olive oil that you are buying. This is what makes small and transparent producers valuable. And it is also why really good EVOO is worth paying more for when you know you can trust the source it comes from. Now, we have busted 6 myths on extra virgin olive oil. Are you ready to taste the difference for yourself and find one of those trusted sources that we were talking about earlier? And the good news is you can have those artisan sourced extra virgin olive oils shipped right to your door. We here at Vero make sure that every EVOO we offer fits the bill for a really good EVOO. And we have talked to the producers to make sure of it. So visit the Vero shop to explore our organic extra virgin olive oils and discover what real EVOO can truly be. No myths here. Our selection is built around small production oils with character, freshness, and authenticity that we have talked to the producers and discovered. So whether you are new to EVOO or you're already a big fan and love it, you can find a bottle that helps you to experience the flavor, aroma, and quality that makes a truly great extra virgin olive oil stand apart. So thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like below to let us know, and be sure to subscribe here on YouTube and to the Vero newsletter on verovino.com to never miss any more content or products from Vero. I will see you with the next video, which might be this one here, if you want to learn more about extra virgin olive oil. I'll see you there. Bye!